Yeah, so I will say firstly that I'm huge on Hoeneß as a manager, but I'm huge on him considering Chelsea are only looking for a young manager. So I really like him anyway. But if Chelsea hadn't set this young manager parameter, I wouldn't be screaming to their hills for Hoeneß, because I still think it's a ridiculously risky signing. Because as I've said many times, we have to get Champions League next season. Otherwise, this project takes a nosedive and we can't attract players anymore. We need the Champions League revenue as well. So you're putting a lot of eggs in the basket of an unproven manager. But Hoeneß himself, I've started watching Stuttgart like 2 months ago and I fell in love. The guy literally has an excellent philosophy, possession-based, attacking, but also I think a very good defensive record. And he has so many different ways of going about it. He can tuck in the right back, he can tuck in the left back. He often plays with just a flat back four. Within his system, he creates combinations between the left back and the left winger. I don't know how good these players were before, but Mittelstadt, okay? I had not heard of him before this season. He is 100% improved under Hoeneß. Chris Führer, their left winger, he's definitely improved. And he also uses players to their skill set. So they have a winger called Leveling. Okay, he's a right footer and he's a pace merchant, and he doesn't try and use him in different positions. He doesn't use him in the half spaces. He just puts him on the right wing and he uses him just to go up the touchline and keep space. And then he has Guirassy and Undav in the half spaces, which fits them really well. But it's not always them. He often has people filling different positions. But the thing that I love as well, which is something that people have brought up with Amorim, is his double pivot. They're so close to each other. They have a guy called Enzo Milo, who I absolutely love. He's like 21-year-old French, and a guy called Stiller. Yeah, and a guy called Stiller as well. And they play so close to each other. I remember looking at Milo's stats after one game, and he had like 115 touches on the ball. He was getting involved absolutely everywhere. And they are so key to his build-up. I just see Enzo and Caicedo there. I just think it fits them perfectly. And they even get into the box. So for me, he connects with the fans really well. So he has the right philosophy. He focuses on the defensive aspect too, which when needed, coming from the Bundesliga to the Premier League. And he has different ways of going about it. And he plays to players' skill sets, which is the most important thing to me. Also, his actual setup, even though he's diverse with it, yes, he plays two strikers technically with Undav and Guirassy, but Undav floats a lot. And Nkunku literally fits that to an absolute T. And even Cole Palmer as a number 10 fits that to a T as well. So, yeah, I just think he has so many aspects that we'd like. Quickly, I'll say, Kieran McKenna as well. I like him. But just quickly on the double pivot thing, he does the exact same thing. He plays Sam Morsi and Luongo in the middle. And they're actually very similar build to Caicedo and Enzo in terms of being quite small. Not that really matters. And they touch the ball literally all game. They are so involved. And again, he's quite free with the way he uses players. I think he's a bit more simple in his tactics. And League One, Championship, Premier League is like genuinely a ridiculous jump. Hoeneß getting Stuttgart above Bayern, as much as he's still unproven, like, wow, that's incredible. And I watched them versus Leverkusen. They were better than Leverkusen. They genuinely controlled possession against Leverkusen. I was genuinely blown away when I watched it.
Felix, you have absolutely sold the chat. I know you weren't looking at the chat while you were giving that spiel, but I have never seen the chat so swept away by like a 3-minute spiel than what you just did. Everybody is now Hoeneß in, and they also just want to bring Guirassy on top of it and just make it a double swoop. So
yeah, I've said it myself.